So I'm going to talk about something called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The hierarchy of needs is almost sort of a pyramid, and it helps us understand human behavior or the needs of other people or ourselves. So I will actually explain, like, the bottom is quite wide and then it gets thinner at the top. And part of the explanation of this pyramid is the bottom is all of us. It's a general need, like those are basic needs that everyone has, and this would be almost biological needs. Things like food, shelter, those are the basics that every human being needs, and they have to be present. Like, it's generally an understanding or better understanding of everyone. I've often asked myself and other people who I talk to, like, if food is a basic need, why are we selling it? Who's supposed to live without food? The one who cannot buy? So generally I fail to understand that why food is for sale if we all need it. Nobody can live without food. The same as with water. Rest, at least rest is free. Or is it really free? I am not certain. But these are like the basic needs, the biological needs. Everybody has to have this in their life. Coming to, as we go up the pyramid, there's something called the psychological needs. The psychological needs then would be around like the need to belong, the need to be loved, the need to have friends and be intimate. When we're talking about basic needs, it kind of kills me like how some parents actually fight against these needs when it comes to their children. Everybody has the longing to have friends. Everybody has the longing to be intimate with, in one way or the other, or with one individual or the other. So these are generally just needs that everyone has. And I feel there's a lot of education that's needed around parenting on actually allowing our kids to have, to serve these needs or come out of those stages with, having positively developed. I found it fascinating because I've been working on my self-esteem, and I actually found out that self-esteem is part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So that's definitely a video that I'm making. I'm definitely making a video that stands on its own, that talks about self-esteem. But yes, self-esteem is a part of the hierarchy of needs. So as we're going up the pyramid, yes, we're full, we've eaten, we're loved, but then there is the need to actually feel that we're accomplishing certain things. Even my YouTube was actually developed from the need to actually feel that I have I have so much to say to the world, and if only I could accomplish, that would be the greatest accomplishment, before I always talk about the exit, but then anyway, we all will exit, it's reality, but having to leave something on the earth, having accomplished something in the time that we're here is actually a need which comes like when you're full, when you're dressed, and you're hydrated. So it's generally a need. So adults, self-esteem is a need that is not only for teenagers, but let's move to that when we get to that, because I'm making a video on that. We also have to talk about the stage of self-actualization. This is more now at the right, at the top of the pyramid. So the wide base is for all of us, but then as we're growing up, lesser and lesser people get to achieve that. And it's sad that for the African continent, we actually have that, where very few get to the top. Very few get to actualization where, I've done everything that I needed to do. My life is great, So that means most of us live in discontent. It's never really perfect because we're not even afforded, food. So how am I going to reach actualization when I haven't eaten? It's a real challenge for the African continent, for us to like, for the greater majority to actually reach the top part. And I something just came into my head as I was speaking, the fact that in order to get to self-esteem, you need to be fed, you need to be clothed, you need to be loved. And then we ask ourselves, like, how could somebody do this? How could somebody do that? How can you rob someone? How can you kill someone? I lack self-esteem. How can you be abusive? How domestic violence and so forth and so forth. the lack of self-esteem can actually lead people to those actions. You know, I'm not gonna think about my self-esteem if I'm hungry, but am I justifying this? No, I'm just talking from a position of we have to understand why people do the things that they do sometimes. So that's a very important thing to consider. So okay, so it's physiological needs. We need to get rest. We need to eat. You know, we need to be safe. We those are the basic needs. We come up to psychological needs. We need to be loved. We need to make friends. You know, we need to feel like we've accomplished things. And then right at the top is actualization. I am happy about my life. I am well. Everything is good. So these are really important things. I hope I've helped someone understand some of their needs, because we need to take time to take care of ourselves. We need to take time to take care of our needs. So next video.